Hello and welcome to today's lecture on budgeting cost benefit analysis in libraries, in which we will discuss about what is cost analysis, what are the approaches to apply the cost analysis in libraries, cost benefit analysis and the types of cost. Also we will discuss in types of benefits, principle of cost benefit analysis, what is the importance of cost benefit analysis in implementing the libraries or any other organization, and what are the steps to introduce the cost benefit analysis, along with the advantages and disadvantages of the cost benefit analysis. At the last, we will also discuss the cost benefit analysis in libraries, different kind of libraries settings. I am Dr. Alka Rai. I am Deputy Librarian at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Delhi. I am the founder librarian of this university, where I have set up 3 campus libraries and I have more than 14 years of experience. Now, we will start the session of the cost benefit analysis. In today's era, many institutions and organizations use cost benefit analysis to evaluate the financial costs and benefit associated with the specific projects, programs or services. A cost benefit analysis determines whether the benefits of a proposed initiatives outweigh the cost, allowing library leaders to make informed resources allocation decisions, etc. Cost benefit analysis is a crucial context of libraries, because libraries are often required to make decision about how to allocate limited resources. By conducting a cost benefit analysis, libraries can identify the projects, programs and services that are likely to provide the greatest value to their communities and make a strategic investment accordingly. Cost benefit analysis is part of cost analysis process, and in later slides we will discuss in detail what are the processes. So, I would like to brief about what is the cost benefit analysis. In any project there are some stages of the development, like if in any library, if we allocate some funds, so we need to clarify, we need to categorize the expenses, where we will put, like if in my library I have put I am proposing the budget of like 10 lakhs for example. So, I will categorize the budget in the different categories, like the some fund for the print books, some for the electronic journals, some for the maintenance, some for the software, and also there are in any benefit analysis is only for to measure the outcome, output, what is the benefit of this budget, and the last for the long term, this is the outcome, and after that its impact, what we have proposed, what would be the impact of that amount, what we project the plan is the impact on the users or on the library. Cost analysis, what is cost analysis? In cost analysis is basically measures the amount of money or time sacrificed to accomplish specific goals. Cost analysis includes measuring the system's resources input, comprehending the type of work done and estimating the labor time required to complete the work. So, by these slides we can understand the analysis means to analyze in the proposed fund what we have utilized, like what kind of services we are providing, what resources we are planning to subscribe, and also the training and development of staff, like and how much time staff has put in this to complete this task. So, these kinds of the analysis we do under the cost benefit analysis. Also, the cost analysis data can also be used for budgeting, accounting and performance measurement. Now, we will discuss what is cost analysis approaches. Cost analysis approaches. So, there are 4 categories for the approaches: the cost effectiveness, cost benefit, cost utility and cost feasibility. The cost effectiveness is the analysis refers to the study of the alternatives in relation to their cost and effects to the achieve certain goal or outcome. The focus is therefore on the achievement of certain objectives or goals. The cost effective solution is the one which provides maximum output with minimum cost possible. So, the cost effectiveness is generally confused with the cost efficiency study, and the basic difference between the two is that while cost effectiveness is output oriented and cost efficiency is input oriented. The cost effectiveness approach has various advantages. The most important among them is the fact that it requires the cost and effectiveness data which are easily available in the system, like library and information center. Moreover, it takes into account the alternative solution for particular goal, making the study more exhaustive. However, the major disadvantage is that it can take into account only those alternative solutions which have similar goals or objectives. It cannot compare alternatives with different goals or objectives. Moreover, one cannot judge the usefulness, cost benefit. Cost feasibility analysis is an approach of estimating the cost of alternatives in order to ascertain whether they could be considered or not. Thus, cost feasibility study is a limited form of cost analysis which can only ascertain whether the cost of alternatives is within limit of the available resources or not, and does not determine which alternatives are to be selected. Cost utility. This compares the cost of different procedures with their outcomes measured in utility based. There are 2 types of utility specified in economics, namely total utility and marginal utility, to their cost and the estimated utility derived therefore. The major advantage of the approach is that it is not strictly based on the quantitative data. It is possible to derive results with imperfect information and also tackle the problem of uncertainty. However, the disadvantage of this approach is that since most of the assessment is based on subjective analysis and not on a standard methodology, it is difficult to reproduce accurate results. Moreover, different evaluators will have different results for the same set of data. Further, there are no standards method of deriving the social utility based on the combined utility of each and every individual. The cost benefit analysis is the best method for allocating resources in public welfare services like libraries and information centers, where the results may not always be clear cut and tangible. And cost benefit analysis is a method of economic evaluation and compares the cost of project, programs or services against its expected benefits. So, cost benefit analysis, in short CBA, so known as the benefit cost analysis or BCA. This evaluation, the cost benefit analysis, helps decision makers determine the feasibility and desirability of the project or program, assist in the allocation of resources to maximize benefits to society. For example, in our house, if we have some fund, we allocate in different categories. Like in family, we allocate some fund for the house rent, some fund for the children's education, some for our daily activity. The same in any organization, if we proposed any fund, so we categorize in different categories and also allocate the funds under this category. So, like in university or libraries also, we allocate the fund for the print journals, electronic journals, print books and the research tools, and after at the end of the project, like this annual budget. So, after end of this year, financial year, we evaluate, we analyze the expenses and the revenues what we generated during the whole year. So, also the what was the impact, like in earlier I discussed, there are 4 stages of the cost benefit analysis. The first is the output, then benefits, then outcome, and the last and the longer period it will be the impact. Like if in my library I have procured some journals, research journals on research methods, and the outcome is the immediate students will be benefited with that, but after it will be the long lasting impact of this, because whenever any students will come in my university, they will be able to access these resources and will be benefited on the quality research and research methods. So, in cost benefit analysis, cost may include capital expenses, operational cost and opportunity cost, while benefits may include direct financial benefits, indirect benefits and the intangible benefits such as social or environmental impacts. Now, we will discuss the types of cost. There are 4 types of cost. First is direct cost, indirect cost, intangible cost and cost of potential risk. Direct costs are costs related to a specific cost object. A cost object is an item for which costs are compiled, such as a product, person, sales region or customer. Examples of direct costs are consumables, supplies, direct materials, sales commissions, indirect cost. Examples of direct costs are direct labor, direct materials, commissions, piece rate, wages and manufacturing supplies. Some examples of indirect costs are production, supervision, salaries, quality control costs, insurance and depreciation. The intangible cost, the cost and intangible cost is a cost that can be identified, but cannot be quantified or easily estimated. Common intangible costs include the impaired goodwill, loss of employee morale or brand damage. For example, in libraries, like we have books, if any book is damaged or is lost, so this comes under the intangible cost. Now, types of benefits. So, there are 2 types of benefits, the direct benefits and the indirect benefits. If we discuss the direct benefits, what is the direct benefits? The direct benefits, the employees are the who got the salary, and for working in the any organization we got the benefit, that is the direct benefit. At the when we procure the library resources and users are benefited with these resources are the direct benefit. And indirect benefit, like when we any insurance or any incentives what we get through the budget, that is the called the indirect benefits. Now, we will discuss about the principles of cost benefit analysis. So, the first principle is the costs and benefit should be discounted to their present value. In library, if any book has lost or damaged and we have to charge that with the, if from the library users, then we will measure the actual cost of that book at the time when the book was procured, and the distributional impact should be considered, net benefits should be maximized, and all cost and benefits should be identified, all cost and benefits should be valued in common unit. Cost and benefits should be assessed over the project's or program's entire life cycle, because in university libraries or any library, the academic libraries, when we procure anything and we do some stock verification things, like we take the stock of our holdings, and if there is anything missing from the library, so we actually it comes it is the process of the throughout the process, entire life cycle of the library. We in each year we have to mention what was missing from the library in each audit, and in each stock verification we have to mention about the loss and benefits what we gain from this during this period. Now, the importance of cost benefit analysis in decision making, because all the decision what the competent authority took only on the basis of the cost benefit analysis, like the fund we allocated, how we utilize them, what was the maximum benefit of that. So, it is very important process for the also for the decision makers to implement the cost benefit analysis of the our budget. So, how it can help the decision makers in the cost benefit analysis? It helps decision makers weigh the cost and benefits of a project or program. Basically, the project is a short term life, but the program is the continuous program. So, in program or in project we evaluate what we allocated the fund and how we utilize, what was the benefits, what was the outcome and the impact of that fund to our users or our organization. So, by this process it is easy for the even for the decision makers and also for the library professionals to propose in next year plan for the library. So, enabling them to make informed choices about resource allocation, identifying the best use of resources. By this we provide the usage statistics, like if we have spent 2 lakhs on any resource, so we provide the usage statistics of that resource, how many users have downloaded or issued that particular resource. So, by that our decision makers insist to procure or to allocate fund for the next year also, next financial year. Accessing the feasibility, prioritizing the projects or program, minimizing risk and justifying the decision, because it is also important for the decision makers also to justify the decision what we have taken and which ground. So, by these all cost benefit analysis processes, it's also useful for the decision makers to take the decisions and on for the next year of the fund. Now, the steps, what are the steps in conducting the cost benefit analysis? So, if we discuss about the steps, the first is the identify the project or program. Like when we start any project or program, so we have to first identify ki what project we are going to propose and build a framework of that program. So, define the alternatives or the scope of the analysis, drawing the timeline or expected cost and revenue, identify or categorize the cost, identify or categorize the benefits and estimates cost and benefits, calculate net present value and conduct sensitivity analysis, make recommendations or decisions. Like if any program we are going to recommend or we are planning to implement, so first we have to actually build a frame, we have to prepare our objectives of the program, like who will be, what kind of activities we will do, who will be benefited from that activities, what would be the cost involved in during these processes, during these activities, and what would be the benefit. Also the if what revenue will be generated, because in cost benefit analysis we not only mention about the expenses, also the revenue if we can generate any. So, there are some advantages of the cost benefit analysis. First, the focus on data driven decision making. As I mentioned in the last slide, it helps in the decision making, what resources or what fund or what budget we are proposing for the library. It helps for the authorities to take decision because it is the data driven decision making. Comprehensive evaluation, in this process there is a comprehensive evaluation of the processes, like what we did during the whole year, what expenses were there, what activities we did by which we gain some revenues for the organizations. So, also discover hidden costs, like some costs are anticipated. We are during when we proposed any fund, so we do not know what some anticipated costs, like if some data software is not working or any system, so that kind of are the costs are hidden cost. So, efficient use of resources definitely, and the comparison of alternatives makes some decision easier, provides a competitive advantages, identify the set of alternatives, risk assessment, and the flexibility and transparency. So, these are some advantages of the cost benefit analysis, by which we can use the this analysis in proposing any budget allocation for our library. But at the same time, there are also some disadvantages of the cost benefit analysis. The disadvantages are difficulty in valuing non-financial cost and benefits. So, like the usage statistics of users, or how many footfalls in library, if any particular data we have procured during the year. So, how many users has demanded and how many users have issued, or if the document is the print document, and subjectivity in assumptions. So, sometimes it is assumption, like the we only propose, or we produce the report on the assumptions, like after 2 years the uses of this resource will be increasing like that much of. And discount rate controversy, this is also because in libraries there are some norms ki when we procure any book we have minimum 20% discount, but when we propose the budget it is for the actual net value. So, these are some controversy on the discount rate, like in online resources when we procure, so that in that also we did do some negotiation meeting, and we did do some price discount, all that. So, difficulty in predicting the future, this is also one of the disadvantages of the this cost benefit analysis, and may neglect important factors. Some factors may be neglected during this process, does not consider ethics, and not as a effective or long term projects. So, these are some disadvantages. Now, the cost benefit analysis in library settings. We will discuss about the how library can we have different kinds of libraries, and every library has different budget on the basis of their number of users, their size, their number of staffs and all that. So, for this, first the digital library services. So, this cost benefit analysis can be useful in digital services, library services. Like these days we can say the digital revolution phase is going on, where more than 50% budget is of any university library is allocated for the digital resources. So, how we will justify if we are going to invest some crores in the digital resources, digital services, and also the library building renovations. This is also a part of the, like in library after some intervals we need some renovations. So, that can be also a part of the this and the collection development. Libraries, this is the continuing process of any library to develop the collection on the basis of the demands of the users, and in also in anticipation, like in future if the library university or any institute is going to introduce some new courses. So, collection development is also important. Then outreach programs, like the outreach of the library, in which different these days we like most of the libraries are conducting different seminar, webinars, and the workshop and the international conferences as well. So, this outreach programs definitely will increase the outreach of the library. For this, in budget allocation we do some amount for the outreach program, and by in this program if there is any registration fee, so library can generate some revenue for the organization as well. And the staff training and development, this is also very important, because we also, for the effective and useful services, we also need to train our staffs, keep up to them to the mark of what the technological developments are going on. So, these are some important field where this cost benefit analysis, budget allocation can be influential and important in this. So, now we will conclude what we discussed during this today's session. So, libraries face a daunting challenge of collecting an ever increasing amount of information and knowledge available worldwide. However, due to insufficient funding, libraries must be strategic in deciding which document to purchase and which to forego. It falls upon the librarians to justify the library's resources and offering to the management and make a compelling case of their value. A cost benefit analysis can be useful tool for this purpose. In such a scenario, librarians needs to showcase the library's economic worth, and CBA studies can help them demonstrate the value of the library's collection and services. That is all we have for you today, and I hope that you have understood the concept of budgeting, cost benefit analysis in libraries. We will see you again. Till then, take care and goodbye. Have a nice day.